The challenge is each player will design a Hearthstone deck. Neither player is allowed to use any of the cards rotating into the Hall of Fame. That includes Ragnaros, Sylvanas, Ezra Drake, Power Overwhelming, Ice Lance, and Conceal. Each player is not allowed to use any of the cards that are not going to be in the next year of standard rotation, the year of the Mammoth. I am Firebat. Joining with me here today for the challenge is...
Astrogation.
Good, right on time. I loved how you just jumped in the queue there. No delay. Fantastic. How you doing, man?
Wait, are you being sarcastic?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, oh. I was trying to figure out if you were gonna introduce me or if I should say something. I'm not very good at this, but thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, man. It's a good time. So, time to design some decks, man. Get some challenge going. It's best of one, so you better design a damn good deck because you only got one try to try and stop the master. I definitely beat purple last time. So, how are you feeling about this challenge? What are your thoughts going through your head right now, initially?
Are pirates still good? Thinking emoji.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about the rotation. The two most busted mechanics in the game currently, as far as like deck designs have goes, have been like the strongest mechanics we've seen in Hearthstone for a really long time. The Jade mechanic and the early game board control of the pirates and patches both still exist after the standard rotation, and no one's talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's crazy that the Jade mechanic honestly makes like so many control decks unplayable.
What do you think they're gonna do in it? They haven't released any cards from Angaru that seem like they're gonna change that at all. Do you think that's anything that's gonna happen? Are they just gonna let that simmer?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I typically don't look at sets until all the cards are released. So I actually am not even familiar with some of the Ungoro cards yet, but I am kind of looking forward to seeing the entire set in its entirety when it does come out.
You recently had some tournament success, right? So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
just in case people don't know who you are, Astrogation, you've been killing it in some NA majors, huh?
Yeah, I just got second place at South by Southwest, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed Austin.
Congrats, man. It's not really gonna help you here, though. You're not, you standard metagame fools. You're not ready for the challenge.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually didn't get to play Pirate Warrior at all in that tournament, and well, I'm planning on playing Pirate Warrior here because I think it's gonna be really good.
You're not supposed to tell me what deck you're playing. I'm still building
Oh,
my
am I not?
deck.
Oh, am I not?
All right, all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear it. Well, the video editor will probably just cut it out, so that's good. Nope. But yeah, I'm still building my deck, man. I'm still trying to get ready. Oh,
Wait, you're already building your deck? All right,
can't
let me go ahead and start building.
play Emperor Thorsan because TGT. Oh, I miss Emperor Thorsan, dude. That's gonna be one of the cards I miss the most out of the standard rotation.
Emperor.
Emperor.
How do I feel about Emperor? I'm gonna miss it in Reno Lock. Actually, so Blizzard
Reno's
has
going away for Reno
always,
Lock.
yeah, yeah. Blizzard's always wanted to make like hand size Warlock a thing. They kind of went in a different direction when they nerfed Molten Giant, though. Do you think they're gonna try to keep like handlock as a thing?
I see Zoo is definitely a thing from the new Angaru cards, but without any healing, you can't really make the life tap hero power sustain for hand Warlock, right? They need to
Yeah,
have
it's
some
true.
sort of either Warlock healing or neutral healing added to the game, otherwise it's just not going to work.
Right. Like they've always like before they've had a heal bot.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
had
And that fixed it. You could honestly in Healbot metagame, you could play handlock. Like you had the sustain. It just worked out.
mhm.
But not
Right.
anymore.
Molten Giant heal bot was the jam.
We lose Brand Bronzebeard, dude. Oh my god. That's actually a little bit of a hit to Jade decks. A lot of them don't
It
play
is.
Brand, but some do.
Well, like, yeah, Shaman like has to play. Not has to, but like it's really good because of J Claw. Like it's so insane. Um, but I don't think Jade. It's not that necessary in Jade Druid.
Yeah.
I feel.
Losing Azure Drake. It's a void, man. It's hard to fill actually. There's no better draw card than Azure Drake, man. It's just so versatile. It's my favorite.
Mhm.
It's my favorite 10 drop. It's weird. You get that?
Wait. You call it a 10 drop?
It's my favorite card to play on turn 10 is Azure Drake. It's my favorite
Oh,
10
right.
drop in the game. I think it's stronger than Deathwing.
Yeah. No. I don't view Azure Drake as necessarily a 5-drop either, because on turn 5, so when you draw the card, you don't get to use it immediately, so you're basically playing a 5-mana 4/4, which is like terrible for tempo. But then on a lot of the decks that run it, like if you play on turn 10, for example, Druid gets, swipe. So they end up getting the added benefit of drawing the card. So you have 5 mana still to play with whatever card you drew, plus you have the spell damage. There's been a lot of games that have been swung by Azure Drake drawing into swipe on turn 9 or 10.
Yeah, every game I play as Druid against Shaman goes that way. Dude, you lose Living Roots and Raven Idol from Jade Druid too.
Wait, they lose Roots?
Mm-hmm. It's TGT, man. TGT's actually, as much as people meme about TGT being the worst set, it has some of the best utility cards.
Right, yeah, you're right. I'm not that sad about Raven Idol going away, because I think Raven Idol was, while when it came out, it was definitely added some excitement to the game. Just the fact that it's the discover mechanic. Also, the fact that you can discover either a minion or a spell, but most of the time it's spell. It's so hard to play around. You just don't know what they took. You just can't know.
Yeah, much like every priest card ever that they're printing now. So that's going to be fun. All right, I got my deck set. I'm locked and loaded, ready to take you down. Freest win of my life.
Oh, I am missing some cards for this deck.
Actually, I don't even want to run Gadget, just because the amount of the 1-drop utility cards that get removed. It's beautiful, dude. You ready? Are you still making the deck?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Challenge when ready. You are the challenger. Bring it on.
My pants are ready.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Alright. Standard rotation is in effect. Blizzard has designed this system to try and keep the meta fresh and rotate out problem cards so that we never get stuck with similar things. So we're never going to see, something crazy like Pirate Warrior versus Jade Druid, a traditional matchup that's been going on for just ever.
Oh, no, never. Never.
You play Pirate Warrior? A typical tournament player right here, right?
It's the best deck.
Is it? It's better than Shaman, you think? Thanks to the...
Aggro nerfs. Shaman's, playing Pirates and Aggro Shaman with, Blood Cell... the destroy weapon guy. Oh my god, dude, right? It's so sad how most competitive players can't even remember card names, just remember what they do.
Well, it's not important. We're not lore buffs, right? We're card game players. Totally different. I can't remember the cards either, so don't feel too bad. It's not important. Most people don't care about specific card names. No one's gonna just write rage comments and anything like that on the video about the fact that you can't remember cards. It'll be okay. Dude, I'm off to a good start, and you're off to a terrible start. Pirates are the best deck, though, right? Right?
This is a best of 3, right?
Oh, you wish, buddy.
That just wasn't fair.
Well, that's not fair. Frothing Berserker. Do you think Frothing Berserker's a busted card, or do you think it's A-okay the way it is?
Dude, it's insane. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah.
That's like... It can single-handedly solo mid-range and control decks.
Mm-hmm. Well, neither of these Frothing Berserkers are gonna do anything. Sorry to say, buddy.
Feels bad, man.
So Pirate Warrior is still the best deck, huh?
You have to give him that I did draw patches. And yeah, you killed both my Frothing Berserkers.
Eh. I think I'm comfortable enough with my life total here to actually just draw.
Yeah, it's turn 5 and you're at 25.
So do you think, when the standard rotation hits, when Ungoro comes out, do you think these kind of decks, the Pirate Warrior and the Jade Druid, Jade Shaman, Finger Rogue, like all of these decks aren't really losing much with the rotation, as demonstrated
yeah, they're
here.
Really not.
Do you think they're going to exist still?
Oh, definitely.
Really? You don't think... Like, what does Ungoro have to print to box out these kind of decks? Because, like, they would need to have a huge power spike just because Mean Streets of Gadgetzan was just so much more powerful than previous sets.
Definitely. I do think the quests... I mean, I think the Priest quest is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Good enough to box out pirates.
I mean, if they can get to turn 7 and they play a Death Rattle every turn, I mean, they just win, right?
But it's pretty crazy. Like, the best cards in Wild, too, are these kind of decks. The Kazakus decks, the Pirate decks, the Jade decks. And that power creep is just so hard to beat. Honguru has got a lot to match up against.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one thing I haven't liked in the past is like the fact that they've made certain mechanics and certain cards just so powerful. I think making things too powerful just if you do, have the optimal draw to execute the mechanic, then your opponent just has very little counterplay. And so that removes a lot of the skill in the game, because in order for there to be skill, there needs to be counterplay.
Yeah, there needs to not be people drawing the nuts. Captain Greedskin! Look at that!
Hell yeah.
I thought I had you too. I had a good draw this game.
Yeah, I drew patches.
I need Ancient of War though. Have fun with these awkward trades on board though. You're gonna enjoy that. That's beautiful. Just hit that Druid of the Claw a few times there, bud.
There's one card that's pretty good for me. Yeah, it's not one of them. This is okay.
Mortal Strike? Yeah, that's pretty good. Man. I try and make a deck building challenge. I try and put my faith in Blizzard, in the standard rotation, and trust the system. Maybe Unguru cards will fix everything, but I was really hoping not to play against Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, and you still lose to Pirate Warrior, who drew patches.
Yeah, you didn't even draw well, and I drew pretty good. Well, I'm still in it. I'm not dead yet. I'm not done yet. But yeah.
That's not one of the cards that wins me the game.
That's pretty close. If I didn't have... Like, I definitely need to draw something very good here to stay alive. I sure as hell don't have an Ancient of War right now.
Oh. Hello.
I might actually make it. I might clutch this out. Maybe Pirate Warrior's not that broken.
No, you're dead.
Okay. Unlucky. So close. What a 5/10 taunt's not good enough. Feels bad, man.
Dude, it was all the Captain Greenskin.
So what does Pirate Warrior lose going forward with the standard rotation and the release of the new set?
I'm pretty sure they're only losing Finley.
Only losing Finley. So the current best deck in the game is losing one card. Do you think the crab that they printed is going to be enough counterplay to slow down Pirates? Do you think that's going to be a real card people will see in tournament play?
Yeah, I think it definitely is going to be a real card, but it's kind of interesting because it'll be like this, right? Pirates are really good, then people are going to be overcrowded. There are going to be so many people playing the crab that like Pirate Warrior is just going to die out a little bit, and then once that happens, there's going to be no more reason to play the crab, and then Pirate Warrior is going to be good again. So it's just going to be like a vicious cycle with that.
The crab metagame. Crab Pirates metagame.
And then like Murlocs are still going to be good too. So then, there's still no.
You need to run both the crabs, huh? You need to run the hungry crab and the new crab. You're just going to be the crab deck. That's going to be the way to go. To counter all the aggro. The crab deck.
We've solved it. We've solved it.
We've solved the metagame. Well, unfortunately, the challenge wasn't that interesting because our little sneak peek at seeing what's going to happen after the rotation wasn't great. Hopefully, the cards released in Unguru kind of changed that up a little bit. I'm really looking forward to see what else they can come up with. I hope they have more answers to Pirates, because Pirates is only losing Finley. Pirates is going to be a problem. As demonstrated here, I'm playing Taunt Druid and just got steamrolled by our tournament player guest, Astrogation. By the way, thanks for coming on. Thanks for hanging out with me and doing this deck building challenge, man.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure stomping you with Pirate Warrior. I'll see you next time.
All right, take care. And everybody, if you want to follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, click on the buttons that do things in the locations that are on the YouTubes. Anyway, take care, guys. Have a good rest of your day. More content coming to you later. So Pirate Warriors still the best deck, huh?